HTML controls like so using HTML controls, user can submit data into the database. Okay, so different data, submit the data to the database. So HTML controls are first one button. Okay, so using using button, user can submit the data into the server, and so actually the button is used for user actions. Okay, this is used for user actions. Okay, user actions means, suppose if you want to execute some JavaScript function, okay, when you click on the button, okay, so we can use button click event to execute the JavaScript function. And also if you want to save the data, okay, if you want to submit the data into the server, so we can use button. So here syntax is two types to create the button. Using input tag we can create button. Input type equal to button, okay, and value equal to button text, that is save or cancel or delete or anything. Okay, and close this tag. Okay, so this is the button in HTML tag. So this is one way, and second way, using button tag and a type equal to button. So between these two tags we need to give the button text. Okay, button edit. Okay, so these are the two ways to create buttons in HTML. So for example, today we can create one sample registration form, okay, like a Google registration form. Create HTML form, sign up. Okay, okay, so HTML form is created. Use table tag and td. Okay, so in this td, use button, type equal to button, and value equal to save. Okay, so run this example. Okay, so button is displayed like this in the browser. So user can click on this button. Okay, and so when user click on the button, uh, execute the JavaScript, or otherwise we can execute the backend codes, okay, in C# or Java, so like that. Second control is text box. So these text boxes are used to using user can enter input data using text box. User can enter input data. Okay, input data in the text boxes, and after enter the data in text box, user can submit this data to the server, okay, by clicking on the button. So syntax of the text box: use input tag, type equal to text, okay, and close this text box. So this is the basic syntax for the text box. If you need identification name in the text box, use placeholder, okay, like name or first name or last name, okay, username, login ID, and password. Like that, the user identification name will display in the text box. Okay, email. So example for this text box: TRTD input, type equal to text box, and placeholder equal to first name, and ID equal to txt first name. So that is the identification, okay, ID of the text box. Okay, this is identification name of the text box. This name will display in the text box. So refresh this example. Okay, text box is displayed in the browser. So this identification name, first name, is displaying in text box. So when you type, okay, when you type any text in text box, so identification name is disappear. Okay, so like this, user can enter input data.
Sir, one question.
Okay,
So, what is the use of ID?
what is the
What is the use of ID? Giving ID.
use of ID? Suppose if you want to validate the text box, okay, using JavaScript, okay, we can use this ID to find out the text box in the JavaScript, and we can validate the text box, okay, if text box is empty or not. Okay, I will
Okay.
tell you this use of ID in JavaScript, okay, when we are discussing about validations.
Okay. Okay.
So now there is no uses, okay, in this example, but in JavaScript this is must. Okay, so this is the text box. Second row and second column, last name. Txt last name. Okay, first name text box and last name text box completed. Next control is file upload control. File upload. Use input tag to create file upload control. File upload control. Okay, so file upload control, input tag with type equal to file. Okay, type equal to file to create the file upload control in HTML. So using this control, user can upload the files. User can upload the files into the server. Okay, user can upload the files into the server, or user can send the files to anyone. Okay, so there is a attachment property. There is a attachment feature in our Gmail Compose, right? Uh, so here we can attach the files. So this is latest feature of latest control to upload the files in Gmail. So we can select multiple files. Okay, but in older version of HTML, in older version of Gmail also, every time each and every time we can select only one file. So that is what HTML element. So nowadays number of controls is there to upload the multiple files. That is using jQuery file upload controls. Okay, so number of latest controls is there to upload multiple files, but in older versions of HTML, but in HTML file upload control we can select only one file. Okay, to select multiple files, use jQuery multi-file upload controls. Input type equal to file. Okay, and close this tag. So this is the file upload control. Okay, for example, resume. Okay, student can submit the resume. So run this example. Okay, so HTML controls is displayed like this in the browser. So choose file. When you click on this button, okay, choose file. So we can select only one file. Okay, we can select only one file at a time. So but in latest controls, okay, multiple file upload controls, we can select multiple files. So we need to write backend code to submit the uh, file, to store the file in server. Okay, so developer need to write the backend code to save the upload file in the server. Okay, and next control is text area. Text area controls. So the text area tag defines a multi-line plain text input control. Text area control. Text area control defines multi-line plain text, multi-line plain text input control. Input control. So text area can hold unlimited number of text characters. Text area can hold unlimited number of characters. So syntax for this, text area control, text area, okay, text area. So this is the syntax for the text area control. So this text area control is used to submit the multi-line text content. Okay, to submit the multi-line text content into the database, so we can use this text area. So in real-time scenarios, we can use this text area control to submit the copy of the resume. Okay, so we can copy the resume content and paste in text area control and submit the data, the resume content to the server. Otherwise, we can use this text array control when we are entering, when we want to submit the address. Text area. Okay, so run this example. So this is text area control. So user can enter multi-line text content. Okay, and user can research this text area control. Okay, so like this, user can enter multi-line text, and user can resize this text box. Okay, resize this text area control. But text box, user cannot resize text box size, and user can enter only one line of text in the text box. Okay, but in text area control, user can enter multi-line text and he can resize the text area control. Okay, this is default size of the text area. If you want to display big size, use properties, columns. Okay, 40 columns width and 20 columns height. Okay, 40 columns width, 20 columns height, and 20 rows height. Okay, and 40 columns, and after that it will take in second line. So like this we can change the height and width of the text area control. Okay, and we can enter address in this text area control. Okay, house number. Okay, and street. So like this, name. Next control is drop down list, that is select element. A drop down list, and in HTML that is called select element. So the select element is used to create drop down list. The select element is used to create drop down list. So drop down list real time example is, so when you more options, create new account. So in this registration form, Google sign up form, so here monthly, okay, in birthday field, okay, all months are displaying like this. Okay, this is list, drop down list. Otherwise, here gender also, okay, female, male, other, and other not display. Okay, these options display like this. So these are all options. You can select only one option from this number of options. Okay, so drop down list. So this is the drop down list. Syntax, select element, okay, use option value equal to 1, like for data births. Okay, January. Okay, so like this option we can create number of options. Okay, January, February, March, April, May, like this. In our example, date of birth. Okay, TD, use this select tag. Okay, February. Okay, so like this we can create the drop down list and we can select only one option. Okay, and next one is day and year. Day and year we can use text box. Input type equal to text and placeholder equal to day, and year also same, type equal to text box, placeholder, year. So now from this example, so date of birth, okay, January, so we can select only one month, okay, only one option from this drop down list, and day and year. Okay, date of birth drop down list is so using drop down list you can select only one option and you can select that option and submit that option to the database. And next one is radio button list. So radio buttons also select only one option, radio button, list also. User can select only one option at a time. Okay. Okay, so user can select one option of a limited number of choices. And the syntax is the main difference between drop-down list and radio button list. Drop-down list never occupy the space in the web document, but radio button list occupy the space for the number of options. Use input tag and a type equal to radio and close this. Okay, so male and female and other. Here gender field in sign up form, gender, input type equal to radio, male, female, and other. Okay, 3 options. So now run this example. Okay, so this is the radio button list. Okay, this is drop down list. Okay, drop down list never occupy the space, but radio button list occupy the space. Okay, for number of options. But in drop down list, all options in list. So user can select only one option from this radio button list. Okay, so this is individual radio buttons. Okay, these are individual radio buttons, so that we can select multiple options. If you give the here we can use one option, name equal to gender. Okay, so if you use name, same for all these 3. Okay, we can select only one option. Okay, if we select other, male and female, unselect. If we select female, male and other, unselect. If we select male, remaining both female and other, unselect. Okay, we can select only one option. So we need to use this name equal to gender or so this is name for uh, use for this control, and this name, this is the group. Okay, and these 3 radio buttons in the one group, that is called name. Okay, this is the name of the group, gender, gender. So gender is the one group. So in gender group, these 3 controls, okay, 3 radio buttons will works in the same group, so that if you select female, male and other, unselect.
Why can't you give ID there instead of name?
If you use ID here, we cannot set for drop list. Okay, radio button list. Okay, if you use ID, male. Okay, ID for different for every control. id female, id equal to rd other. Okay, so using this is the identification of this control. Okay, using this id you can find out the element. Okay, you can find out this element in JavaScript. Okay, or if you want to apply the CSS class, okay, by using id selector we can use this id, but this is a group. For example, write some CSS class style rdm text color red and font size 18 pixels. Okay, so I will tell you this one in CSS. So, but if you want to apply some CSS classes to the HTML elements, id bdn save. Okay, using id selector you can apply CSS properties to the HTML elements. Okay, so here button. So button text is red color and 18 pixel size. So like this we can apply the CSS classes, or you can find out the particular HTML control in JavaScript. Next control is checkbox list. So checkbox is often used in groups to indicate a series of choices. User can select multiple options multiple options multiple options from given number of choices number of choices. Syntax: input type equal to checkbox, and close this checkbox. Okay, so this is the checkbox control, and for this checkbox we can use in the real-time scenarios like qualifications. Okay, we can select multiple qualifications, or hobbies also. You can select multiple hobbies. tr td qualifications td input type equal to checkbox, and value Okay, so like this you can give the multiple qualifications. So user can select multiple qualifications. Okay, here qualifications failed, so user can select multiple options. Okay, multiple qualifications. Okay, so like this user can select multiple options from the given list of choices. So this is one real-time scenario, and also we can use qualification that is called hobbies. Next control is list box control. List box. List box also similar to a text box. This control is similar to a text box. And it shows a declared number of text rows. It shows a declared number of text rows and give the user a list of choices. Syntax: use select like a drop-down list. But here one property we need to use: multiple equal to multiple. Okay, so that we can select multiple options from this list box. So we can use this list box in the scenarios like qualifications also. Okay, we can use hobbies. Copy this one and paste here. Okay, TV, hobbies, reading books, and another option is playing. So number of options we can give here. Okay, number of options. Okay, now run this example. Okay, so this is list box. Okay, we can select multiple options by holding control key. So without control key also we can select only one option. Okay, So hold control key to select multiple options. Okay, so list box is similar to a text box, but it shows a declared number of text rows. So we declare this number of rows, right? So that it will show the number of options like this. So these are the HTML controls. Okay, button, text box, file upload control, text area, drop down list, area button list, checkbox, and a list box. And finally, div element and span element. Div and span. So div and span both are used to display content in the browser. Okay, and div tag defines a division. Div tag defines a division. Division are a section in HTML document. Okay, using div tag we can create the one section, okay, in the HTML form. So div tag is used to group block elements to format them with the CSS. Div tag is used to group block level elements to format them with the CSS. And div tag has no special meaning. Div tag has no special meaning. Has no special meaning and has no required attributes like ID, CSS, style, okay, name, so like that. No required attributes, but we can use ID, CSS, style attributes, okay, attributes to apply CSS styles. Next one is span tag. Span tag also has no special meaning, and span tag also has no special meaning, and no required attributes. But we can use ID, CSS style attributes, okay, style attributes to apply CSS. And div span tag is used to group inline elements in a document. Okay, so we can place span tag in development. Okay, so we can create span tag in div element, but we cannot create div tag in span element. We cannot place div tag in span element. Okay, so we can place span tag in div element, but we cannot place div tag in span element. So an example, div and span, create one HTML form, div span, div tag. Okay, no required attributes and no special meaning, but we can use id, div1 and class attribute and css attributes. Okay, so this div tag is used to display some content in the browser. Okay, so this is the content we can display in the browser, and we can insert span tag in div. Okay, span, this is our span tag. Okay, so now run this example. This is span tag. Okay, this is our span tag. Okay, this is total div tag. Okay, div element. In this div element we have one span tag. This span tag we can use in the div tag to apply different css for the small piece of content, like use style tag. To apply css styles, we need to use style tag. cls1, text color is okay, text color, and background color. Okay, so run this example. Okay, total div tag, background color and text color is applied, but I want to apply different text color for uh, this content in the div tag. Okay, so that here we use span. For this span, id equal to sp1. Okay, now use hash symbol sp1. Text color is, now we can give different color. Okay, yellow color. Okay, so this is different color, text color. So like this we can use span in the div tag. So wait, I will explain this id and class, okay, in css. Okay, to apply css to the html elements, okay, there is a number of ways. Okay, these are the two ways to apply css classes to the html elements, id and class. Okay, either we can use id or class to apply css. Okay, I will explain this in css. Number of basically three types of ways to apply css classes to the html elements. Okay, but we can use uh, number of options, number of ways we can apply, like .cls 1 and span. Now remove this. Okay, so like this also we can apply. So I will explain this in css.